Praise be Jesus Christ. Today I want to tell you about the two greatest healers in the history of Canada. This is in honor of me being assigned to St. Mary's Parish in Ottawa beginning July 1st, 2019. Before I get into our two great healers, I want to read to you from Mark chapter 16. The Lord Jesus says, and this is straight out of the Douay Rheims Bible, "And these signs shall follow them that believe. In my name they shall cast out devils. They shall speak with new tongues. They shall take up serpents, and if they shall drink any deadly thing, it shall not hurt them. They shall lay their hands upon the sick, and they shall recover." Okay, number one healer in the history of Canada is Saint Brother Andre. Saint Brother Andre of Montreal. The number of people who were healed by the Lord through the prayers of Saint Brother Andre is countless. When they were receiving testimonies of healing and while they were working on his beatification, a letter came in from the Premier of Quebec. Check this out. This is from Dubuc's book called Brother Andre, page 216. He writes, "From the letters addressed to Rome by laymen, we first quote the words of the Honorable Adélard Godbout, a former Prime Minister of the province of Quebec. Words that came as something of a revelation to observers of the political scene. Quote, 36 years ago in 1916, I dislocated my right knee during a sporting event. My leg was set in plaster, but that did nothing to improve my condition. The dislocation was so severe that the slightest movement caused me pain even in my sleep. I went to see Brother Andre, who was so confident that I would be cured that he told me to go home directly instead of stopping off at the hospital where I was to be admitted the very next day. I have never suffered from my knee since." Okay, number two healer in the history of Canada is Father Emiliano Tardif. They're working on the cause of his beatification right now. When he began his healing ministry, he went to the Dominican Republic. He went to the city of Nagua. He did a healing service and he got his first word of knowledge for healing. He would go and proclaim that the Lord is healing this, he's healing this. He would be specific. The Lord would give him words. He says, "I received the first of many words of knowledge. Quote, there's a woman here who is being cured of cancer. She is feeling a great heat in her womb," unquote. He says, "However, nobody testified to a healing like the one I had mentioned. The next day, a woman came up to the microphone and said, 'Perhaps you are surprised to see me here. I am a public sinner who has spent many years working as a prostitute. Yesterday, I wanted to come to the Mass for the sick, but because of the kind of life I had led, I was ashamed to enter and stayed outside behind the fence. I was ill with cancer, and I have had 2 unsuccessful operations. However, when the priest said that a person was being cured of cancer, I knew it was me." Emiliano goes on to say, "The Lord not only cured the cancer in her body, but also cured the cancer in her soul. She repented and the next day received communion. And then she went back to her brothel. She told her fellow prostitutes what had happened to her, and she became a great evangelist so that so many people, so many prostitutes were converted." Check this out. Emiliano Tardif says, "According to the official statistics, there were some 500 brothels in Nagua. Over 80% of them have closed their doors. Several of these houses, which had been nests of sin and selfishness, have become houses of prayer. Of the 21 brothels on Mariano Perez Street, only 4 remain. The change was so dramatic that people began saying, 'Nagua used to be a city of prostitutes, but now it's a city of prayer.'" Viva Cristo Rey.